From ITN headquarters, the early evening news with John Suchet.
The government launched the Great Rail Sale today. Passenger services will be franchised and freight, parcels and stations sold off in the most complicated privatisation so far. But the Transport Secretary John McGregor told MPs a streamlined British Rail would retain ownership of the track and signals. And that upset Tory hardliners who want the lot in private hands.
It's the biggest shake-up since the rail network was nationalised more than 40 years ago, with the government committed to putting much of the industry back into private hands. In its long-delayed white paper, the government says it intends a step-by-step approach before the end of this Parliament. The plan is to enable the private sector to operate passenger services through franchising, to sell off British Rail's loss-making freight and parcel services, and to sell or lease all of BR's railway stations. British Rail's role will be split under the plans. One section will be responsible for track and infrastructure. The other part will run passenger services until they're all franchised. In the Commons, the Transport Secretary pledged to maintain grants to loss-making services and ensure safety.
The government is committed to ensuring that its proposals will not lead to any weakening of the high standards of safety on our railways.
But opposition MPs weren't impressed by the package.
This white paper will not increase our railway services. It will cut the rail network. It will not modernise the railways. It will privatise some bits of it.
The chairman of BR was in a positive mood as he watched his empire disappear.
We set out to make sure that safety was paramount. We've got that. We set out to get opportunities and safeguards for our people, their pensions. We've got that.
The final verdict on privatisation will be delivered by the public. They won't travel if it doesn't work.
Tim, you're at a commuter station. What effect will all this have on where you are?
John, I'm at Surbiton in Surrey, in the heart of commuter land, about 20 minutes away from Waterloo Station in London. As you can see behind me, it's quite a big station here. It's a prime industrial site. And the feeling locally is that there is great potential with this station if it goes on sale and if the developers are given the freedom to do what they want with it. It's in the middle of a busy town. 13,000 people every day pass through this station, so the proposals are being looked at with some interest.
What's in it for the passengers?
Well, the passengers at the moment in Surbiton are fairly happy. They reckon they have a pretty good service down here, given all the factors that affect British Rail when times are bad. Nobody expects they're going to get Virgin Atlantic-type service here with gleaming trains and wonderful food served. The main concern is that the trains continue to run regularly during the peak periods.
Thank you, Tim. Reports to come in the early evening news. Now, who will rescue the orphans of Sarajevo? Kinnock's last question time targets the economy. And it's reported the Pope has a tumour.